now to make our picks for this week, but as painful as it could be, we need to review last week. Yours truly took it on the chin. Mike, you're the resident MMA guy. What did you do? A rear naked choke on me?
I don't know.
What'd you roll out of your repertoire here?
I think I arm barred Todd.
Okay.
Doug, right?
I think Todd fell over getting into the squared circle. Wait, no, it's the octagon in MMA.
Right.
Yeah.
And
well, you know,
1-4 performance,
He was
Todd.
1-4.
I mean, Mike and I only went 3-2, so I guess we can't talk too much.
Last week though, I would say that was the most competitive week in a while, where the games weren't, we almost always have one or two gimmies.
Yeah.
Even though you try not to. I thought last week was the best slate of games throughout the conferences. In other words, harder matchups are harder to pick. So from that standpoint, it was a great week. Now I want 1-4 that blows. With that being said,
I'm having almost a deja vu to your hat-eating experience from a year ago, Todd.
I don't recall that.
Doug, you're with me on that, Doug?
Well, maybe.
Let's just get to the picks here.
All right,
let's start with the Saturday game, actually. Anna at St. John's. Anna got the win last week against Coldwater, a game that I missed. But good win for the Rockets. And can they win at Stadium Park tomorrow night? Doug, you first.
No, they're not going to beat the Blue Jays at Stadium Park. I would venture to say that St. John's is actually the best team in the area. I know Kenton's getting the publicity right now, and well-deserved. I don't want to take anything away from the Wildcats, but I think St. John's is the team in the area that is the best. At home, at Stadium Park, they're not losing. Anna will put up a good fight. It'll probably be a one-possession game, but I'm going with the Jays.
Yeah, I was about ready to just chime in with the proverbial. I'm not just going to not so fast on Anna, frankly, but I go with the home thing all the way. That's how I'm going to have to play this. I think it's too early to ordain St. John's as super good. I don't know that they've been really under the gun. The opening game with Lima Central Catholic doesn't prove as much as time moves on, but you have to go with the home team, so I'm picking St. John's.
Yeah, I think I'm close to where you are, Doug, with St. John's being the best team in the area. I'm not so sure that it's not Kenton. They're kind of 1 and 1A, and of course they're Division 4, Division 6. They're not going to play regardless.
Right.
Jays will beat Anna. Let's stay in the MAC and go with St. Henry at Coldwater. They'll honor John Reed before this game, and our friends at TV 44 are way involved with that, so it'll be a solemn occasion for Coldwater. Can they get off the mat and get a win after losing to Anna last week? I guess I'm going to go with Coldwater on the emotional turn with the John Reed thing and their rivals, St. Henry. I don't know that St. Henry's all that great. I'm going to go with Coldwater tonight.
Now I get to be the bad guy for picking St. Henry since you put all that out there. I think St. Henry actually is sort of sneaky good, and or is going to be one of those teams that is going to be a big difference maker in the MAC this year, and will have something to say on the year-end race. And a big victory over Coldwater would prove that point. I really think they can get this victory, and I'll pick them.
I'm going to pick St. Henry also. I think the John Reed thing actually isn't solemn at all. It's a celebration because they're going to start at scholarship, and it's really special remembering Coach Reed. But I know that's what you meant, Todd. I think Coldwater can't stop anybody. They haven't stopped anybody yet through their first 3 games. Granted, they played some good teams, but Indian Lake, I guess they crushed Indian Lake. But
yeah, they drilled.
I'm taking St. Henry because they haven't beaten Coldwater in a regular season game in like 14 years or something. That has to come to an end, and it comes to an end tonight.
Well,
you saying that Indian Lake isn't any good?
Yes.
Oh man,
since you guys both picked
that hurts,
them, and I didn't. I'm sure St. Henry will win. Let's go to the WBL. Shawnee at Elida. I like the Dogs to bounce back tonight, but don't sleep on Shawnee's chances. Elida better have their act together, but I think they will. I'll take the orange and black.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier. I just think that Elida has way too much offense for Shawnee's defense to really be able to stop. And if you get pressure on Shawnee's quarterback, they'll put it up for grabs. I think it's a good night for Elida's defense, and I'll take the Dogs.
All right, fair enough. I think we're all going to have to take Elida, even though Shawnee has a 4-game winning streak in this series. To me, it is all about Shawnee's defense. Do they show up and play their best game of the year against an attack that has proven they can move the football? I think Elida wins a surprisingly close game.
And the two big games of the night, we'll pick those. We'll start with Kenton at OG. We know Doug will take the Titans, and that's good because I'm going to make up a game on them. I'm taking Kenton. I just don't think anybody in this area can stop Kenton. Now, we can talk about how you might go about beating Kenton. We'll save that for next week, but I don't think it's going to happen this week. I love OG, but Kenton's got it going. They're going to win this game. Mike, what do you think?
I'm taking Ottawa Glandorf in this
All right,
game.
then.
Frankly, I'm a big fan of Nathan Colley. I think he's an undersung quarterback. I think the ball control thing can really be a factor, and Ottawa Glandorf has mastered that about as well as anybody other than maybe Doug Fry over the years at St. Mary's, now at Wapakoneta. I also think Ottawa Glandorf certainly has the physicality to do something. I don't think Kenton can stop OG's rushing attack, and Kenton's going to look up and all of a sudden there's not going to be any time left in the game and they're going to still be behind as OG surprises the state and beats Kenton.
Well, you're setting up our discussion for next week. We're going to talk about how you could possibly beat Kenton, and we'll either have the blueprint or we'll have to go with another hypothesis depending on whether OG
All I'll
wins.
say on the game is don't discount OG's ability to get the quick score, too. We know Kenton can do it. I think Ottawa Glandorf can do it as well, albeit on the ground, but they've had big rushes in every game so far.
Our game is LCC at Columbus Grove, T-Birds and Dogs, the Jerry Cooper Bowl, as I like to call it. I'm going to go with T-Birds tonight. I think they've been aching for this chance since they lost that game to Delphos St. John's. They've been kicking themselves for missed opportunities and just some unfortunate things that happened to them. Turnovers killed them. I think LCC wins tonight at Clymer Stadium.
I'm taking Columbus Grove again, Todd. Two reasons. One, right off the top, just to be at odds against you.
Right.
And two, I think Columbus Grove is disappointed in how it played out. I think they felt they didn't necessarily let it slip away against Ada. They don't think they played their best game against Ada. They want to play it this week against an undermanned Lima Central Catholic team. I'm taking the home Bulldogs.
Man, I'm hitching my wagon to his since he's leading the standings right now. And after you put the stink of your name on LCC, I got to go with Grove. Now, everything that Mike said about that, I think rings true tonight. You've got a Grove team that really has something to prove and a very opportune chance to do that. I'll take the Dogs.
Look that camera over there. On he does have
going on,
He
man?
does have sort of he's got sort of a 1-4 look about him, doesn't he?
I don't know. I look about 5-0. That's what I think. I know what you look like. That's it for our segment of the Web Insurance Countdown to Kickoff. We'll take a break and be back and talk with Mark Coons from TV 44 as we continue toward LCC at Columbus Grove on 1150 WIMA.